Good morning. Wow. I am so amazed to see this incredible group of people out here. I've talked to so many of you over the phone, long distance, over many years, and in many cases, this is the first time I'm actually meeting you face to face. And it's very exciting. And I'd just like to welcome you to a gathering of the largest Adept users group to date. So thank you all for coming. Well, if you don't know me already, my name is Martha Lubow. I'm the Director of Marketing, and I've been working at Synergis for 25 years. And yes, I did start when I was 15. This is my first event. It's in Versailles, France, of course. There's a couple of things I wanted you to know about me besides marketing. I love marketing. I have everything to do with marketing, emails, PR, trade shows, work like a pro webinars, events, website, writing. It's amazing. And I keep on learning, and it's great. And the other thing is I am absolutely crazy about horses. This is taken last year by a good friend of mine at Synergis, Greg Tapler. This is my 34-year-old horse, Macadamia, and I've had him since he's been 5, so it's been quite the journey with horses. Now, I wanted to tell you a little bit why I love Synergis. So Synergis is a company that is built on 13 core values. And those values are really based on serving others and giving back to others. And we crafted these values together. It's not something that was dictated to us. We actually built them together with our CEO, David Sharp. And it's our hope that whenever you speak to anybody at Synergis, whenever, whoever, that you really experience at least one of these values. The other thing I just want to mention on a personal note is I love to work at Synergis because every day I come in and I'm working with some of my very, very best friends, many of whom I've known more than 20 years, some of whom I've known since they were 7 years old. And Synergis is a really incredible place. These people know me inside and out. They know my strengths and my weaknesses. They know my failures, and they know my huge achievements. But at the end of the day, they all have my back. And that's what really makes this company amazing. And we're one big family. And we welcome you to that family together today. So thank you. Oops. Now I'd like to do a shout out. And at Synergis, a shout out is when we celebrate one person or a team of people who've really gone beyond, gone the extra mile. And beyond let's see if I can get this working. Beyond my marketing team, my incredible marketing team, which is Scott Lamond, Tara Misey, Barbara White, and Todd Floria. There is a huge number of people who have invested a lot of hard work in making this event happen. That's everybody in the sales team, that's everybody in help desk, everybody in services, our ITIS team, our development team. It's just astounding. And I couldn't have done this on my own if I had dreamed of it. So, this is you. There's a couple really interesting things I'd like to share about all of you in the audience who've come today. First, you are part of a huge Adept global community. You may not know this, but Adept users span 6 continents: North, South America, Europe, Asia, Australia, and I think we're only missing Antarctica. And We're the people from Viking Air. Can you just raise your hands? You here? In the back? Way in the back? I'd like to thank you folks. They have come the farthest from... They ventured from British Columbia, Canada, to Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, and thank you so much for making that journey. It means a lot to us. And the thing about this map is that what it really is, it's a representation of all the corporate hubs throughout the world, and at each of these hubs, there's typically 5, a dozen, or even 30 satellite hubs of Synergis Adept users. So there are even more people than are showing up on this map. Next, very interesting information about this group. There are over 40 companies represented in this audience. It's amazing. And you've come from 21 states and 2 countries. And some of you are from Florida, the Houston area, and have offices or plants or divisions in Puerto Rico, and you still managed to come here despite all the horrific challenges of 3 major hurricanes. So thank you. Thank you for coming. The other really interesting thing about all of you is that you come from many, many different industries. And as you speak to each other, I think you'll be really amazed. We have people from discrete manufacturing, from chemical and process plant, oil and gas, architectural engineering construction. There are people who are in EPCs, utilities, facilities, campus facilities, defense, aerospace, mining, and logistics. That's a lot of different people. A lot of you are using Adept in a similar way, but also using it very specifically to address the needs of your industries. So we put together 5 goals. You know, you always have to have goals for a conference. The first one is we want you to learn as much as possible about Adept 2018. It's a new release that will be out shortly, or whenever, as we say, in software. You'll get a couple of introductions to Adept 2018 this morning. And beyond the presentations, what's really important for all of you is to take the time to meet the team, the release team behind this. So gentlemen, if you don't mind standing, I'd like you to make sure you talk to Todd Cummings and Steve Ackerman and Joe Gasper. They're all here. They're the product release managers. And then above and beyond that, we have all of our developers who are the release team. Guys and gals, can you sit up, just stand up and make sure you're talking to these people. These are the people who write the code and develop the features and capabilities that you asked for. So later on, we'll have a customer advisory council where you'll be able to passionately debate some of the subjects that you're interested in seeing in future releases of Adept. So beyond this presentation, make sure you're speaking to these folks. Best practices. We have 4 great customers who are doing presentations today and are going to give you a lot of tips and tricks and best practices for using Adept. Starting off, we have Jessica Riley from the Eastern Shipbuilding Group from Panama City, Florida. She's going to be dealing with a really interesting subject of how you push through the pushback. Now, we all know it's not easy to adopt new technology in a company. And Jessica has come up with some really great processes and plans to make sure that her team rolled out Adept in a really great way. So make sure you listen up to Jessica. Next, Mark Hastings, Vice President of product development at Visa Lighting, is going to discuss the full spectrum of how he uses Adept at work. Mark is a veteran user. He's been using it for since 2008. He's got a lot of tips, a lot of suggestions, and he uses Adept to the max. Third, we have Ryan Mongo. Is that the way you say your name? Monjo. Close enough. I knew it was French. Anyway, Monjo. And Ryan is from Sterling, Massachusetts, from Space Age Technologies. He's the director of IT. He's going to be talking about how he uses Adept as a product data management system for SolidWorks and how he uses PublishWave. He's also taking Adept to a really great level. And last but not least, we have Randy Nettles, and he's from Dow Chemical. And he's going to talk to you about how he rolls out updates and software to his global community. So networking, goal number 3. Boom. This is important. You are here and have the opportunity to communicate and participate and network with companies from 40 companies and over 60 people, guests, and 25 people from Synergis. So we want to make sure that you have time to network. So we have networking meals, breakfast and lunch. We have networking breaks in the mezzanine. We have a networking dinner tonight. So please, please, this is your event. And the more you network with people, the more you're going to get out of it. So please remember, that's the key. Then there are the big ideas. All of you come here with a lot of big ideas about how you can use Adept now and in the future. And as I mentioned before, this afternoon at 1 o'clock, we're going to have a customer advisory where you can share and talk about your big ideas that you want in the future to see in Adept. And also, tomorrow afternoon, closing the presentations and the conference, you'll hear from Todd Cummings, our VP of Research and Development, and he's going to talk to you about some of our big ideas about how the product is going to evolve. Goal number 4? Yeah, I think so. Community. This is our opportunity to, within these 4 walls, begin and build a community of people that is sustainable and is a community that we can take beyond these 4 walls, and you can take back the information that you've learned to your folks at your companies, and from there, we'll just continue to build on this momentum, because sharing ideas and cross-pollinating is huge. It's a really important part of why you're here.